Biggest one would be figuring out what I wanted from school and then making my parents happy. So it was kind of like a balance of the two.
That I thought that I wouldn't fit in. Having gone to such a small private school, it's pretty intimidating. Looking forward to going to Boulder, which had 30,000 undergraduates, and obviously completely different environment. So I was just worried about how I do and how I fit in.
Coming from Parker, I guess I was most worried about kind of finding new friends that I hadn't known for over 15 years, and I guess also staying motivated to make sure I found what I wanted in school.
Another thing that surprised me was I was meeting a lot of people. Being a freshman and older, everyone's generally nice to each other. So it's easy meeting friends, but it's also a question of what groups do you want to spend time with, because there's different genres of people. And within those groups, some have positives and some of them obviously have negatives.
I'd say privacy was something that really, I had never really had any issues with privacy. I had my own room at my house, and like I lived very far away from most of my friends, so I didn't have to deal with friends just randomly showing up.
I think something that I realized I wasn't as good at by the time I got to college was time management. I suddenly was literally in control of all of my time. So the first couple nights I was like, all right, my #1 goal, to meet people, I'm just gonna go socialize. And it sort of extended into the first couple months, and I hadn't been budgeting time really for my classes or for academics. I had no time management skills, and it was something that I really had to wing the first year.
In a couple weeks you do meet a lot of people really fast, and you kind of have to make choices about who you're going to hang out with and kind of who you're going to become close to right off the bat, and that was kind of an unexpected problem for me because I didn't really know how to make those choices.
Helping me understanding my intentions, where I want to go in life, and establishing a lifestyle, and the people I want to interact with, and the goals that I want to achieve.
Me personally, I've found that it helps with when communicating with people. It kind of helps you realize, it kind of helps you take a step back from situations like when you're dealing with something in your life. You're kind of you're not taking a look at the broad spectrum of things. A lot of times you're kind of focused on one viewpoint that you may have on something that it may be a biased viewpoint or something. It's sort of like having just another opinion on things that really a lot of times can make you realize, kind of makes you take a step back and look at the wider spectrum.
Growing up, you tend to hear things like be yourself or do what you want to do, just stuff like that, but it becomes repetitive to the point that you don't, it's not learned. And then when I came in with you guys showed to me in concrete examples of what I was doing, what I was going through, that it's the advice that I need to be following to be happy, to be myself, to really succeed by my own standards, like I was saying before. And so to be able to talk to you guys about things, it just really helped me a lot. Going from being into a happier, successful person when I went to college.
They really helped me kind of sort through everything I'm thinking about to really find what I actually wanted out of something, and that's something that was hard for me to do kind of by myself.
Had I had coaching before I went to college, I think it would have greatly helped me deal with those things. I actually went to Santa Barbara and ended up coming home because I was so unhappy. I think if I would have had the social tools that coaching provides, I think that transition would have been a lot different.
That had there been more of an objective eye going over the big picture at the time, it would have saved a lot of resources that were spent on going through emotions without a lot of clarity.
The notion of a coach, that position of mentorship isn't something I would have thought of going into college. You have your parents, or at least I had my parents growing up. They were coaches in a sense to me. They were mentors. And towards the end of my college years, I had relationships with professors that became my mentors. But I didn't realize I needed someone during those times to be not my parent, not my professor, but someone to mind that gap for me. And it's a need that I wouldn't have known I needed. But in retrospect, yeah, I think someone having had experience with other young people that had gone through that exact period of time and had already addressed those exact needs and feelings would have given me like a heads up. You're going to need to think about this, and then this might come up. I wouldn't have gone into it completely blind.
I recommend the coaching for anyone. I don't think that there's like any quality or any position for someone that like would make the quality of what that the coaching would benefit for you. I think
The reason I would recommend coaching is because it's really opened my eyes to question what I really want out of things, whether it be relationships or socially or academically. It keeps me focused on achieving what I want to achieve.
Well, that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping us with this. We really appreciate you. Oh, there's the doctor.